Christ is risen. This is Cyprian. I am here with an update from American Memorial Park in Saipan. You can see we're starting to get cleanup happening a little bit around this island. This is actually the part of the island, the little part of the island that is leased by the United States, according to our covenant with the U.S. And so they've done a little bit of cleanup at this park, but you can kind of see in the background lots of trees down, but still the ocean is pretty beautiful today. So I thought that I would come out and give you the update of what's been going on with Fueling Hope. So I'm very proud to say that after, of course, the necessary delay of getting this Give, Send, Go campaign started, it takes about a week from the time that we have our first donation to being able to transfer it into the parish's bank account. And then, of course, it takes a few days for that transfer. And then we had to wait until the next voyage was going. They were doing voyages in between. But I am very, very happy to say that we are halfway through the first voyage that we have funded through this crowdfunding campaign. We have gone from Saipan to Tinian to Rota, and then the next day to Guam, back to Rota, and they will be going back to Guam, back to Rota, then Tinian and Saipan. What's been wonderful about this is we've reached kind of the point now where most of the NGOs that came, most of the aid organizations, they're gone. We're back to our regular population, which has now shrunken quite a bit because people have decided to leave. Things are still pretty dire. No one on Tinian has power yet. Rota is doing kind of okay. They do have a lot of damage. Saipan, maybe about half the people have power, about the same amount have water. A lot of people don't. We don't have it at the parish. We're very blessed at my home that we do have some power and water, but many people do not. And like I say, we don't have it at the parish either. So people are still struggling here. And now the price of energy is about to go through the roof. They just announced that even though people don't have power, when it gets about to be turned back on, it's going to be over 60 cents per kilowatt hour because of the fuel crisis that's going on. We get all of our fuel from basically where the Asian countries do. We don't get it from the United States, and the U.S. is not giving much help on the fuel front. So people are going to go from many people who have had their lives completely destroyed are going to go from not having power because of technical and destruction issues to not having power because they can no longer afford it. So the help that is being given is so helpful. And I want to say that it really is giving hope because it is showing people that we can get by with ourselves and helping one another, and you helping and providing for fuel for these boats. They're working them nonstop. They've got 3 boats out there going. The Remitol, which you saw before, the modified patrol boat, has been going up to Tinian and giving supplies. We fueled them up on Friday. Also fueled up is a larger boat. So Remitol can do 5,000 pounds. There's a larger boat called Mama Loling. That's what's going up to doing the Rota and Guam trip right now. That can do 15,000 pounds. What we were able to send up that was wonderful was Mama Loling was filled up with some really important things. I mean, a lot of hygiene products. There were adult diapers in there, feminine products. There were, of course, the things to charge and whatnot. We're past the point of emergency food and water and canned goods and all of that. Now we're getting into the things that are that you wouldn't necessarily think. Tons of toilet paper, toilet tissue, right? Unlike with COVID, it really ran out. So filled up with that. And also dog and cat food, which had basically run out. So while people maybe could feed themselves, they're having problems feeding their cats and dogs, never mind the ones that were in shelters, that had been found, that had been out in the storm, that were injured perhaps. So a lot of that delivered. That was wonderful to see. That's something that a lot of people don't think about. We did have ASPCA's disaster team show up in Saipan, but they weren't able to get all the way up to Rota or down, I should say, to Tinian and Rota fully. So that was wonderful that we were able to put that in. What they are doing now, they're resting in Rota. They're going to go back to Guam tomorrow, and they're picking up lumber in Guam. They're going to bring it back to, we're getting some nice rain. They're going to bring it back down to Rota, and that is for roofing. As well, it's been wonderful to see. One of the things that's been really great to see is our Department of Corrections Commissioner here, like a brother to me, Anthony Torres, reached out and said, hey, are there any tarps? I've got my outreach guys. He's got his prisoners that do outreach. I'm going to try to get away from this rain a little bit. He's got his prisoners who do outreach. And he said, do you have any tarps? And where are their tarps? We've run out of tarps. So the guys in Guam said, we'll put them on the boat. We'll put some tarps on the boat in Guam. So they're going to come back with those. Also, they are going to, in Rota, pick up a whole bunch of sweet potatoes and take them down to Tinian for the livestock. So the livestock in Tinian have been suffering, obviously. Again, these are things that people don't necessarily think about, but if your livestock dies, then you're not going to be able to do anything months from now. You're not going to be able to feed yourself. So food for the livestock, they're going to fill up with sweet potatoes and take it back down, along with other relief supplies. So again, this is just the first voyage. We have funds for more. You've helped us with that. We want to keep it going. So glory to God. This has been wonderful. You are doing wonderful work. And if you can continue to help. I'll continue to give updates. But you are doing great things for our people, and we are showing them that the church is thinking in ways with a very orthodox mindset, is thinking in ways of really about the person, the human, and that we are sticking around even though these aid organizations have left, and that we're working within and helping them with the tools that they have. So thank you so much for everything that you've done already, and thank you in advance for the help that you're going to give.